Alright guys, so today we have another Fila, and personally I think it's one of my favorite retros from Fila this year. I'm so glad this model came out. Definitely something that everybody that remembers the old days and how great the players were, especially some of those legendary ones like Grant Hill and of course Jerry Stackhouse. This is the second signature cheer for Jerry Stackhouse from Fila. They came out back in the 97 era, and is definitely quite different from the first one, the spaghetti. Even back in the day, the design was totally different. The cushioning implementation was different. So let me open the box and talk about it. First of all, just the box is again different than any other box from Fila, with the design print of the Stackhouse too, with pictures of the shoes on both sides, of course, for those of us that have sneaker rooms, closets, and like to put their sneakers out there and be easily accessible and visible. The normal Fila paper with the shoe print, and here is the pair itself. I'm just gonna say that I actually doubled up on these. I originally bought the first pair almost immediately when they came out, which was a few months back, and they eventually went on sale on several sites, including Jimmy Jazz, when I bought these particular pair from for under $60. So not a bad deal, I had to say, for the craftsmanship and the execution you're all getting. So let me talk about the shoe first. So for those of you that remember the old model, you will notice some differences, of course. I don't notice those too, but that definitely did not prevent me from buying them and liking this retro. It's nothing too significant, so it will really irritate me, but let me just point those out real quick. So the original pair had those red stripes extended further to the midsole, right here on those spots, to kind of finish the design. On the new one, they didn't do it, as you can see. Old one, of course, this sort of patch right here from the outsole, this outsole lip, was this same navy blue color, and the stack was white again, but it was more contrast this way. These that are kind of like a translucent now, sort of reflective but not really, lines around the red trim, those were reflective back in the day. On the toe box, this logo was different. The surrounding was blue, and the F logo was a different color to contrast. The logo on the tongue was almost the same, but was this oval patch was jeweled, and you can see the Fila underneath the jeweled patch, of course. And actually the most significant on the lateral side is the Fila writing. Back in the day, it was starting like with a big F, and then smaller I, and then a little bit smaller L, and the A was well, again, a little bit smaller, so it's kind of progressing from small to big this way. For some reason they changed it now. Maybe it's more difficult to sew it this way on the leather, but again, not a big problem for me. Cushioning wise, actually this is what's another difference. Back in the day, on the Fila writing here, the 2A, where it stands for 2 air, I explained that before. The 2 and A was this whole section, the letters and the number were red instead of blue. And they actually had a 2-air cushioning in both heel and forefoot. That's why they had these translucent patches. You can actually see the airbags inside. These new pairs, I don't believe there's 2A inside, but like I said many times before, the compression molded EVA that Fila are using, it's top notch. Probably one of the best on the market currently when it comes to comfort and cushioning, so I'm really not missing that system all that much. Let's talk about the whole execution of the sneaker. As you can see, the whole upper, including the blue overlays, you know, minus this small portion right here, which is I think, yeah, it's synthetic. That's the only synthetic part right here. But everything else on the upper is a full grain, thick, tumbled genuine leather. Even the patch on the tongue. This whole shoe is made out of full grain leather, just like it was made back in the old days. When you pick it up, open the box, smell it, just it's a time machine. It instantly transforms me back in the old days, 20 years ago almost, when all the sneakers were made like that, with great materials, and pretty much no synthetic, and had a great feeling putting them on the feet, you know, having them, just smelling them. I mean, maybe it's a smell fetish I have, but I've seen other people mention that as well, so we all know how that was. Inside is all white, Fila logo on the insole. Just notice the padding this shoe has around the ankle. I mean, point me to another brand or another shoe that has that significant of padding, just like the old days. I am a lot of involved in, you know, many other sneakers and brands and everything, and I follow every news, and I have a lot of sneakers, but I personally have not seen all a pair from the latest years that has that much padding inside. It's amazingly comfort, I can tell you that. The tongue as well, very padded. As you can see, those meshes on the tongue are actually working. They're complete mesh, so heat dissipation is going to be you know, definitely a little bit better than the most sneakers that don't have any kind of mesh like this on the tongue. Of course, you know, being 90 shoe and not having any pretty much no perforations on the both lateral or medial side, just a little bit on the toe box and the tongue. You know, heat dissipation is not such a huge deal, and I personally don't care about it, but just worth mentioning it. Oval laces, of course, just like they were before. I just think on the original model they were a little bit thicker, but you know, it may be just me. Again, this oversized and huge heel pull tab, kind of with a Fila logo. It's kind of unique and definitely adds some character to the shoe. Definitely think it's probably one of the best Fila executions, even from the old days. Clean design, superb comfort, definitely a great retro on point again. Let me show you the tag, if any of you are interested. The production date here is 01/14, so January 14. The Stackhouse little hang tag with Fila, of course. And so this second pair I got from Jimmy Jazz, just having point, you know, as we all know, no pair is perfect these days, of course. And I'm not really bothered by that, but it's just worth mentioning and showing to you guys. If you can see both in this angle, you will notice that the left one, the stitching around the toe box kind of dips a little bit lower, and seems like the leather on the toe box cut is a little bit off, same as the outsole lip that goes above. It's kind of sloping a little bit on the lateral side. This is one thing I noticed. Probably a lot of people will not even notice that or mention it, but you know, I'm this way, and you know, super into details, so I noticed that. It doesn't bother me that much. I'm planning to wear those to the ground because they're super comfortable, and I really like that model. And of course, I have another pair to keep in my stock. So I really don't care, but just mentioning this, you know, for people that think, you know, there's a perfect pair, or you know, as you can see, some of the stitching here is, you know, coming out, but that's just excessive thread that I can cut off pretty, you know, easily with nail clippers or something like that. So that's not a problem. But yeah, I was saying, no company makes perfect pairs. You know, everyone is making mistakes, and you know, whatever. It's a production. We know how that works. Again, you know, for under $60, I mean, what other brand can offer you a full grain leather all around? I mean, look how soft that is. Just amazing feeling. It's just back in the old days, and I think it's definitely a pair that I really like, and I can't really wait to see what Fila got in preparation for us by the end of the year. You know, I know for sure the Grand Hill 3, or how they gonna call it, Fila 97 is coming out in several original colorways, but you know, they probably have a lot of other pairs ready for us, so you know, can't wait. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for your support. As always, appreciate it a lot. For more sneaker news, reviews, and history articles, stay tuned to collectivekicks.com. And until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.